Hey guys, Lee Sell here with the Crawlspace Ace, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that comes up a lot when talking to homeowners, and that's vents, foundation vents. Do I need them? Do I not need them? Do they need to be open? Do they need to be closed? So I know I've addressed this in the past, and it's a very complicated topic. So I'm gonna tackle it a little bit differently here. Draw some diagrams for you, and maybe you'll get a better idea of what the deal is with vents and why there's so much debate over everything that has to do with them. So the big thing is, obviously, do I open them or do I close them? A lot of houses now are being built without them entirely. So if you've seen my other video, it's a catch-22. You leave them open, it's like opening all the windows in your house, and you got all this humidity running into the crawl space, which isn't good for, that's obviously a lot of moisture you're adding to the crawl space. That's hitting the ductwork, and that cold air that's running through the ductwork with the hot humid air running into the crawl space causes condensation, causes moisture problems, all that. So but at the same time, you close all those vents. I mean, the reason there's vents to begin with is to create airflow. If you do have moisture in the crawl space, you need it to be able to breathe, or else it's just stagnant, moist air, and that's even worse. So closing the vents without properly addressing the moisture problems can cause just as much harm as leaving them open. So you really need to take that into account. When dealing with your vents. If you're going to close them, you need to have some kind of dehumidifier type system, ventilation type system in that crawl space. But that's beyond the point I'm trying to talk about. I really want to talk about why vents don't work like they used to. So initially, back in the day when houses were built, how were they built? They were built very simple. Sorry, my sons get to my markers and they use them up. So let's try again. So houses back in the day were built really simple, pretty rectangular. They were lower to the ground, but they're open. So they got pillars in here, but they'll have vents. Say 3 on this side, 3 on this side. So when the air flows in, air's flowing in this way and then getting sucked through, and it basically creates a vacuum in there. I mean, think about it, like if you're in your car and you open one window, you're not getting very much airflow. But all of a sudden you open the other window on the other side of the car and you got a dang tornado in there. I mean, it just sucks that air, and that's the idea with vents. So air flows in one way and it all flows out the other side because there's nothing blocking it in here. Air's flowing in, flowing out really easily. Okay? So that's how the older houses were built. Let's fast forward to today's houses being built. We're doing something like, I mean, you can make up all the damn shapes you want when they're trying to build these houses, and there's just all these random shapes, and they'll throw a vent over here and one over here and one over here, one over here, and they're like, all right, it's vented out. And yeah, so this air coming in here, it's flowing in. Where's it going? It don't have any ease of transportation. It's got to work its way down through here and out this way, or in here and back out this way, or vice versa. However you want to do it, it's not very easy. And the easier you make it for that air to flow in and flow out, the better that the system's going to work. Okay. The other problem with how houses are being built today is instead of having this whole area nice and open for the air to flow in and flow out, they're making these, basically these rooms. So it'll be something like that, or this might even be in 2 rooms, and you got 3, 4, 5 rooms within the crawl space, and these are all solid walls from the floor up to the floor joist. So these are literally rooms, and they'll have like 1 vent, maybe 2 if you're lucky in that 1 room. And there's literally, I mean, think about it now. I mean, now this air is coming in here. Now it's bouncing off these walls, and I mean, there's no way it's getting out, coming back through here and getting that good airflow. So vents, I mean, I could see why they're not building houses with vents now. A lot of people aren't building houses with vents because, I mean, obviously this doesn't work when you're building these types of houses. So the problem is we're building these houses without vents, but you need to make sure you're taking the right precautions, the right steps to make sure you still have some kind of airflow. Because you put a dehumidifier down there, it's doing 2 things. One, it's taking care of that moisture, any moisture that seeps into that crawl space. It's pulling that out, but it's also, if done right, it creates airflow in there because they got pretty big fans in there, and it's creating a good airflow through that crawl space as well. So that's why vents don't really work anymore. I mean, these houses are all these different shapes and everything like that. So leave them open, leave them closed. I mean, they're not really doing you any good in these types of houses. So really sealing up the crawl space and putting a dehumidifier under there is really the only way to go if you really want to take care of the air quality that you're getting in your home and the structural integrity of the home. You really need to seal it up and take care of that. Thanks, guys.